Hey guys, welcome to Aesthetics. I know it's been such a long time, but we'll get to that. For now, stay tuned if you want to see how I achieve this look. It is budget friendly, it is beginner friendly, so feel free to keep watching and I hope that you learned something. So after I wash my face, I go in with my La Roche-Posay moisturizing lotion. Alright, so once my face is dry, we're gonna put a little bit of Vaseline. That way my lips aren't getting dry as everything else is drying up. After that, that's when I use my NYX eyebrow gel. And what we're gonna do is just brush our eyebrows up and just align those hairs a little bit. Not necessarily to brush them down, but just to tame them, so to speak. I let it dry a little bit. It takes about a minute or so to dry. If you really want to, you could do your eyebrows before you do your skincare, but this is just how I do it. I'm gonna try to keep it drugstore product focused. There's only probably one thing that I use that's not drugstore. For my eyebrow pencil, I literally use an eyebrow pencil from the beauty supply store. The ones that's $1.99. Yeah. They can never do you wrong. This is in the color dark brown. Like, even if I have my higher end brow products, this is not far behind. When it comes to doing your brows, you want to make sure that you follow the shape of your brow. And another thing is too, it's better to start off lightly and add on than to go ham and apply so much pressure that it's so dark and then you can't do anything about it. So keep that in mind as you're doing this. So whenever I do my brow, I always like to start at the arch here. And I'm just following the shape of my brow with the tail. And then I'll go forward very lightly. Same thing up here, mid-center. See the difference? Okay. At this point, our eyebrows are shaped, but we have to brush them to blend everything in. So we're gonna use our spoolie. And same thing, we're gonna start in the mid-center, okay? Brush. That way we don't have no lines of demarcation in our brows. Brush, brush, brush. And we're gonna brush it forward, okay? Lightly, everything is light. All right, so now concealer time. I'm going to conceal the brows. My favorite drugstore concealer at the moment is L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. This right here? Yeah. This is in the color 415 Honey. I'm just gonna use my concealer brush. So I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so I don't go up directly here to apply it. I go a little bit lower. Clean up on aisle 7. And ever so lightly. Everything that I'm doing is light-handed. All right, so now we can blend it. We're gonna bring it to our eyelid. So now we're gonna do the same thing at the top of the brow. You're following the shape of your brow. Okay, same brush, we're just gonna blend it. And when it comes to eyebrows matching, there's times when they won't be identical, and that's okay. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Boom. Okay, at this point, I will take a little bit of concealer to put on my eyelids before I go ahead with the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna blend it with this is actually a crease eyeshadow brush, but I use it for this, to blend the concealer. Now that our concealer is all blended, this is when I like to set my concealer. I like to use my Laura Mercier powder. This is the only product I believe that I'll be using that is not drugstore. This one is in the color Honey, but you can use the translucent. I really like that one too. And I'm just going to take a little bit, pick it up on my brush, tap, 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 because a lot comes out. And another thing I like to do, I'll put it in here, and then the excess will go on there. And then if I need it, I'll just use it on my lid. And you can conceal too up near the eyebrow so that everything is set at that point. So we're actually gonna be using these two brushes for our eyeshadow look, just to keep it plain and simple. This will be used for our transition colors, and then this will be used for our lid color. This is from Morphe. A great beginner palette that's safe and is very pigmented as well. I definitely recommend the Juvia's Place palette. This is the coffee shop, and I feel this is great for beginners because it has a lot of neutrals and some gold, some glitters if you want to tap around in that. So we'll start off for our transition color. Our first transition color is brown. I'm just going to tap. One important thing to know as we're doing this is you want to keep things moving and circular. Keep it moving and circular. What happens if you don't keep it moving? It's going to stay in one place and it's going to be looking chalky. We don't want that. We want things to look blended, melted, okay? Thank you. So I'm going to start at the corner of my eye here. Windshield wiper, windshield wiper. All right, next color, now that we got our first transition color, and we're gonna stay using the same brush, we are going to be using this color. It's a little bit darker. And same thing, circular motion, windshield wiper, circular motion, windshield wiper, keep it moving. Now, if you really wanted to, you could go in with like a darker color. We could go in with this chocolate shade here. And we're still using the same brush, okay? Chocolate shade right here. And so this time we're gonna keep it more tight in the crease as opposed to bringing it out, okay? Same thing. Same thing, but except now our circles are gonna be tinier. Okay, got it? A little windshield. We are now going to add a little bit of color, of a lighter color to our lids. So we can go ahead and add this light here. Okay, and you're just gonna tap, tap, tap. I'm gonna tap it, tap off. See how that excess? Tap on. We're gonna keep it in the front of the lid. If you wanted to add some color, you could. If you wanted to just not put the white, you could too. And so for ones who want to experiment with color, let's go in with, okay, just a little bit of shimmer. Tap lightly, and we're going to place that where we put the white. Tap it. Going to do the face. So for primer, we are going to be using our e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It looks like it's been through it because it has, but hey. And I use this. You can use your fingers, but my fingers been in so much makeup that I don't really want to use it. I'm gonna use a brush instead. Let that sit for like a minute or two. My concealer, and I'll put it underneath my eye. And notice how this is another one of those things where I don't apply it directly under my eye so that I can blend it up, okay? I feel like when I do my makeup like this, it's not as cakey as opposed to if I put foundation and then whatever. So I'm going to be using the color 370 in deep bronze. I typically use the 365 coconut, but it's summertime and I've been in the sun, so we're gonna use this. And we just apply just a little bit. Now in some parts of my face it does appear darker, but it's fine because once I do my highlight and stuff, it will be fine. It matches my neck. I don't know. Okay, this is what works. Okay, so now we're going to blend with our foundation brush. I'm gonna mix it with 365 coconut because I feel like this will give me a better shade. So now we're going to blend using our little techniques. Face brush, we're going to blend under our eye. I like to start with the outer edges first. And underneath my cheekbone. Just keep blending. So now that we've gotten all of that blended, we are going to take our Laura Mercier powder, translucent powder once again in our color Honey to set under our eyes. I put a little bit here. I tap it, tap off. But you don't want to bake right now. You don't want to bake. I'm just gonna apply it under our eyes where we put the concealer. Tap it. Lightly. Tap our chin. Oops, missed the spot. And well, I won't be contouring, but I do like a reverse contour. Well, that's what I call it, if that's what it's called for real. Besos. I take my, maybe it's Maybelline pressed powder, and this is in the color 330. I take a color that's a little bit lighter than me so that I could highlight my face with powder. So I set it a little bit and then I take my powder puff. This comes with a wedge, a powder puff. I'm going to apply it underneath my eye where I had set everything with the Laura Mercier, okay? Press. We're pressing it. Press powder, you press it in your skin. I'm just taking the excess, nothing crazy. This is another pressed powder in the color 360. I'm going to use this now. To be honest, I'm not sure if Maybelline does have any deeper powders, hence why I have this. I know, especially where I live, they don't. But correct me if I'm wrong. But whatever pressed powder, you could use this or the L'Oreal Infallible pressed powder, or the L'Oreal pressed powder. Definitely recommend. I'm just going to take my brush. Since it's dense, I can use it to just press it. And just going to press it in and brush it in my face. And I put it all over. But what we are going to do is eyeliner. This is tricky, so I'm gonna keep it very simple today. I have this Wet n Wild eyeliner. The secret to eyeliner is just, it's as simple as this. Follow your eye shape. It's better to follow your eye shape and work with what you have, because your eye shape itself is a guide, as opposed to having an idea of what a wing should look like and then you go put that on and then it doesn't even match the shape of your eye because you already have like a set idea of what it looks like. So just follow the shape of your eye. Like makeup, like your face is already the guideline, like you have everything there. So even everything that I've been doing, match it to your face. Like where I'm putting the highlighter, you match it wherever your cheekbone is. If it's higher, whatever, just match that, okay? All right, and you wanna be light with this too, because the heavier you go in, the thicker the line is, and we don't want that. To begin, you want a thinner line. You can always make it thicker, but if you have a thick line and you don't like it, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. I mean, you can't take it off, but Who wants to do that? Okay, so thin, light pressure, and follow your eye. Got that? Follow the eye, thin line, okay? So I start, my eyeball is right here. Thin line. So you see the difference? It makes your lash line look thicker and fuller. Let's do a little wing, but she's gonna be tiny. Don't go crazy. If you don't feel comfortable doing the wing, don't do the wing. Just keep it how it is. We're gonna add a little wing. Still following the shape of our eye. Going upward at an angle. Bring it back to the eyeball. Okay, so we're going to take this dark brown and just line underneath our eyeball and the lash line. Now that I've gotten the eyeliner, we're gonna put some mascara. You can use any mascara, but I'm using the MAC mascara. This is what the bottle looks like, so if you wanna go buy it, this one. Okay. And now my favorite part is the lips. Like, that's literally my favorite part. Like, so today we're going to be using the NYX lip pencil, and this is in the color Rebel Kind. Okay. Remember, we had moisturized our lips a little bit earlier so that our lips won't be dry. So I'm just gonna line my lip. Sometimes if it's too moisturized, I'll take it off. I recommend Juvia's Place, and this is in the color Cocoa Latte. I'm just gonna put a little bit. And this is not a drugstore product, but this is my go-to combo. The Fenty. This is in the color Fenty Glow 1. Puts everything together so good, so great. Like, look, see? Bliss. Last but not least, setting spray. Today we're gonna do the Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. Just cover my eyes so the mascara doesn't run. This is the final result. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I made things clear. And if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you want an in-depth video on, like, for example, eyebrows, or if you want a more in-depth tutorial on the eyeshadow or how I achieve the face base, or if you're having trouble with anything, feel free to let me know so I can help you. I'm here to help, I'm here to teach. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you guys so much for watching.